But if time is the only thing you need to kill, there's one Novosibirsk company that makes waiting for your less than punctual friends a little more enjoyable.
What's up?
Here at Alawar Entertainment, Russian game designers and artists are hard at work to distract you from yours. While the games may seem simple compared to blockbusters like Quake and Modern Warfare, the amount of work required for these casual games is often overlooked. A dedicated team has to collaborate together to take it from initial idea to finished product. And that's precisely what Alawar has assembled out here in Novosibirsk. As a result of their hard work, they're by far the largest and most successful gaming company in Eastern Europe. And based on what they've done lately, they can clearly compete with the best that the West has to offer. But they found that with accolades and success come ever-growing considerations. What kind of financial resources did you work with at the beginning, and what kind now?
In the early 2000s, one could spend something like $10,000 or even less to make a game that's completely competitive. Today, to make a game that would be a hit in its own genre, and that's talking about casual games, we're not speaking about major blockbusters in the hardcore gaming genre, one has to spend in excess of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And that's true for one of Alawar's biggest titles. The Treasures of Montezuma has proved so popular among casual gamers that it's already on its third iteration. It's ranked as high as #2 on the US iPad App Store list of most downloaded games. With each new version in the Montezuma series, the developers have to give players a reason to pony up the cash for the latest one. And that's what seems to drive the increasing costs. As you can see, it takes far more than a few clicks of the mouse to make an idea for a new game come to life. And that's something that makes Alawar's success even more satisfying for these developers.
Actually, just this last December, we released our first game on the Windows Phone 7 platform. It's called Farm Frenzy 2. It was a pleasure to see that the game immediately shot to the top of the US marketplace. It was the 5th most popular on that list. Unfortunately, I'm not ready to brag about any specific figures in terms of downloads, because it's a new platform and there's not yet enough information as to how much, for example, 4th place yields in a day, week or month. Regardless, the fact itself of being on the top list is rather nice.
Now maybe it's because many of us yearn for a simpler life on the farm, but whatever the reason, farming games like this have proved to be a big success. But nowadays, it's not enough to release a game on just one platform. You have to cover them all to have a chance at a hit.
We're planning to develop and create more and more new titles and put them out on more and more new platforms. Not only for PCs, but also for mobiles, Macs, possibly Sony PlayStation 3 or portable consoles. The larger the prospective audience, the more possibilities, and the costs are not as high as they used to be earlier.
So with companies like Alawar around, it's safe to say that sites like this are only going to become more common. But it's no longer just teenagers and 20-somethings. From middle-aged to retirees, nearly everyone is getting in on the casual game bandwagon.
Despite all the fun and games our mobile devices now offer us, it's important to put them down every once in a while and see the real world around us. But anyways, that'll do it for this edition of Technology Update. We'll see you next time, and until then, enjoy the ride.